Wow. Okay, checking in with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy, and I know we need the snow, we need the moisture, but I'm glad we are not dealing with that.
Well, that Arctic air, that would be us if the jet stream wasn't so high, Brian. But yes, we've got milder temperatures with an above average warmth trend. Cloud cover has increased tonight with a weak disturbance. Live view from Cache Valley. And this is one of the spots where we saw those clouds move in earlier in the day. They continue. They're going to linger into tonight. That's an indicator moisture's out there. Looking towards the Wasatch from West Valley City this evening. Have you had a decent Tuesday? Temperatures have jumped above average. Satellite radar shows our high pressure, our northwest flow coming around that ridge, the clouds sneaking underneath the ridge, and you see that extends into central and even portions of southern Utah. We stay dry as we head into the overnight, but that may not be the case into tomorrow. A cold front, it's a weak one, will pass through. That mixing will help out any bit of elevated particulate matter. Let's get it out of here. We like the mixing. We don't want the bad air. If we're stuck with no snow, we could at least hopefully breathe easy, and that will be the case for tomorrow with clean air holding on in eastern and southern Utah. That weak cold front could bring some light precipitation. Live view from our Black Desert sky cam. Southern Utah will stay dry. Temperatures in the upper 50s in Ivins this evening. A little bit of cloud cover down south as well. 52 in St. George, where clouds could have capped that daytime heating. 40s out there in northern Utah. We're sitting at 43 in Salt Lake. We were at 47. We jump above our average, which is typically 40, and we see that warm 30s and 40s on the eastern side of the state. We'll see the clouds lingering into tonight as temperatures ease towards freezing. By ABC4 News at 10, mid-30s with partly cloudy skies. Again, we're going to stay dry tonight, but that begins to change. Let me show you why. As we see this little bump, it's a slight chance, but this is excitement in the weather world, especially with the winter we've been having. Yeah, the Futurecast brings through this weak cold front. You're going to watch it here sneak into the state. Now, we talked yesterday, and I said, it's right near the state line, but we could see that extend a little further south. That's the case. Weather models jumping on board with that, with the mountains possibly getting an inch. That's something. We'll take it. But then you see, by 2 p.m., the model picks up on some rain and flurries and snow along the Wasatch Front. We see that slide by the evening into Salt Lake County and Utah County. It's a quick hitter. There's not impressive moisture with it, but maybe, just maybe, we see precipitation on Wednesday. That system clears so quickly. By late tomorrow night, high pressure takes over, and that will control the weather story through the end of the week. We'll take any bit of precip because this pattern with that high pressure is a threat to our snowpack. As we look at snow water equivalent, snow, if we melted it down into a liquid, we're sitting at 5 inches, but we typically average over 8 at this point. This dry pattern with above average warmth, it threatens the 5 inches that we do have, and we definitely don't need that. High pressure in control. Here comes that little front. It's a trough that moves through with a weaker cold front. Wintry mix potential tomorrow afternoon into the evening. Here comes the high. You see how it's not just us. Desert Southwest. This is our jet stream going around it. Storms dropping to the east of us. That's why we're not seeing it, folks. And high pressure dominates the weather story. Maybe next Monday another little disturbance will come in. We want this pattern to get more active desperately. 40s for those highs. Cloud cover and the front could drop us a few degrees. 47 in Moab, 57 in St. George, where you're going to see those 60s by the close of the work week, and then mid 60s by the weekend. Goodness gracious, that sunshine in the south with dry conditions. And then we check the Wasatch Front, where you see an isolated snow shower. Maybe it'll be rain in the West Desert. It seems like it'll turn over pretty quickly. But at the end of the day, when you see 50s in January and February, you're like, okay, is this a joke?
Yeah.
And it's not.
No.
This is our reality.
Yep.
We've been marching through these dry conditions. I'm really hoping we see a bigger storm come February. Right now, the weather models are suggesting middle of the month. I'll just be crying until then.
I'll be crying tears of joy if it materializes.
I know. I'm excited for the possibility of some flurries tomorrow. Hello, old friend.
Yeah.